this is from NRI News, and I have with me today Judge Harrington, who is visiting us from South Carolina, United States. Welcome to Pune, Judge, and we would like you to talk about yourself. Let us know something about you and how are you here in Pune?
I am in Pune at the invitation of Dr. Kapoor. I am a Fulbright Scholar Specialist and was selected by Symbiosis, specifically Dr. Kapoor, to come and primarily teach the law students mooting skills. And based upon my experience with the National Judicial College in Reno, Nevada, the United States, we have worked together. I have been to the Judicial Academy outside of Mumbai, and most significantly, did a full-day training here in Pune for the district court judges. I think what I understand to be the biggest challenge and the biggest complaint is the backlog in cases that India faces. That is a traditional problem that even we have in the United States, that there is so many cases brought before the courts and not enough judges and not enough resources. So I think that is a common problem that Indian judges are facing, as well as resources. Resources are always very scarce. And so I think that the Indian judges are doing a lot, what they're capable to do with very little, which I understand is basically the Indian way. So I was asked to do just a best practices seminar, and so this is typically what I would do if I had a new judge training at the National Judicial College, or if I was mentoring a new judge. So what I did was basically break down what it takes to be a good judge. What are the qualities of a good judge? What are some of the challenges personally and professionally that a judge has, and how to overcome those and identify those issues to become a better judge, to be more principled in your decision making. It, of course, because my experience has been in the United States system. I have been in India for about 3 weeks. I have been very fortunate to have been to the High Court in Bombay, also to the District Court, and because I am engaged actively with the students and the faculty here at Symbiosis, I have immersed myself into the legal field and the legal knowledge of India. So I tailored it to Indian judges. However, the issues that face a judge sitting on the bench are, I believe, to be international issues. A judge sitting in Pune is having the same challenges, just maybe in a different language or in a different environment, but the challenges are the same of a judge. When I was in Mumbai at the High Court of Bombay, I had the opportunity to go into 2 separate courtrooms, and the courtroom atmosphere is basically the same in Mumbai that it is in Charleston. First of all, that's not real life, as we know, and it's a depiction of what is actually what the Hollywood or Bollywood wants us to see, and for whatever reason, that's the depiction, to sell movies or something like that. The courtrooms are a place of honor dedicated to protecting those citizens' rights, and so it may not look orderly from a distance, but I assure you that what I observed was protecting the Constitution, dispensing justice, and protecting the rights of the citizens who appeared in front of them. I have been to the district court in Pune, so that would be the 2 courtrooms that I have had the opportunity to be in. I have driven by several other courthouses, but those are the only two I've had the opportunity to be in. Will be going to Goa in the next few days to speak at a victims symposium. One of the professors here is presenting a paper, and I was asked to be the keynote speaker. Before I took the bench, I was primarily assigned to cases involving victimization of women and children, and so my experience easily translates to the experiences with women and children in India. So again, I had the opportunity to meet with about 50 judges, district judges in Pune, and one of the topics that I talked about was indeed special victims, or as we call them in South Carolina, survivors. So your judges here in Pune are very aware of the cycle of violence, power, and control, why a victim would stay in a situation, and they are already very sensitive to the concerns and the needs of those victims. We talked about and went over some cases in which the Supreme Court of India has said that the judges are the armor that protects those victims. And so we talked about how to go about doing that, ensuring an orderly and safe environment in a courtroom for every participant. So I think we always need to begin with education, just an awareness of the problem, awareness of the effects, not only for that particular survivor, but family. It's a generational issue typically, and so we need to protect not only the victim, but make the family aware so that the children of this do not suffer as well. So South Carolina is number one in victims in the violence against women. So we're number one. Typically, we're always in the top 5, which is not something that we should be proud of. So we are the leading state with death caused by an intimate partner. So what that means is even in a developed country, even in a state that was one of the original 13 colonies that has been around since the United States was formed, that those issues are still very pervasive and need to be addressed. So again, I am a big believer in education and awareness. So if we have an awareness public service campaign of what domestic violence is, so that teachers and doctors and hairdressers, a waitress, somebody that you go to or deal with on a daily basis, your spiritual leader is aware of the signs and the symptoms and could acknowledge providing resources such as a domestic violence shelter if there's a need for the woman to leave. And typically, statistically, it is women. So I do not discount the fact that there are males who are the victims of domestic violence as well, but statistically, it is women. Again, education is so vitally important, and judges work so hard. They're working 6 days a week, most weeks. They are constantly under backlog, and so even having the opportunity to come and take a break from the rigors of presiding on the dais is huge. Providing a nurturing environment in which judges can come in and talk about issues that they are confronting on a daily basis, exchanging over a meal some ideas or concerns that they have with their colleagues. I think that it addresses many issues. As we know, judging is a lonely business. It's very isolating, and so it is nice for the judges to have this opportunity that they can drive from their courthouse, that they don't have to go a long way away. I think that providing topics that are timely to them, that are relevant to issues in India and providing solutions to the concerns and challenges that they've addressed is vitally important to a thriving judiciary. How a judge lives out a day. Well, I have had a amazing past few days because I have been in India. So my days normally are not this exciting and exotic. On a typical day, I get up early. I make sure that my son is ready for school. I make sure that he is on the bus, and then I head to work very early. I'm reading and researching before I take the bench, and then I am sitting on the bench for several hours. We have a jury system, so oftentimes I am dealing with 12 citizens of my county, my jurisdiction in the courtroom. I am making sure that the attorneys are presenting their case appropriately, making informed decisions and ruling on cases, and then I go home after a long day on the bench, make sure that there is dinner on the table, and spend time with my son doing homework, and then we go to bed and get up and do it all over again. So I've had a lot of free time to spend observing India and to do some really unique things. We've got to go to the cave, so I am looking forward to those memories while I'm sitting on the bench for hours and hours and hours.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.